It's 1974, and families across America are gathering around their television sets to watch the Ingalls family navigate life on the frontier. Little House on the Prairie was a cultural phenomenon that made household names out of its cast. 50 years later, these former child stars have lived lives that would make any soap opera writer jealous. What happened to your favorite Prairie family will leave you stunned. Number 1. Melissa Gilbert, who portrayed Laura Ingalls, from America's sweetheart to political powerhouse. Then, Melissa Gilbert was cast as Laura Ingalls Wilder at 9 years old and starred on the show for 10 years, earning her a Golden Globe nomination. She was America's favorite little girl. Now, Gilbert served as president of the Screen Actors Guild from 2001 to 2005, becoming only the third woman to hold this position. But her most controversial move came in 2015 when she announced her run for Congress. Gilbert was the only Democrat challenging Republican U.S. Representative Mike Bishop in Michigan's 8th District, but dropped out citing health problems from head and neck injuries sustained in 2 accidents in 2012. What's shocking? She found herself defending everything from unpaid taxes to her stance on abortion rights. Today at 60, Gilbert continues acting and co-founded Modern Prairie, a lifestyle brand. In 2025, she'll guest star in Season 12 of When Calls the Heart. Number 2. Michael Landon, who portrayed Charles Pa Ingalls, the beloved father figure's dark secret. Then, Michael Landon was America's perfect TV dad, the wise patriarch who guided his family through every crisis with patience and love. He wasn't just the star, he was the creative force behind the show's success. Now, Landon's real life tells a very different story. In the early 1980s, the married father of 5 began an affair with 18-year-old Cindy Clerico, who worked as a stand-in for co-star Melissa Sue Anderson. According to Karen Grassel, Landon wouldn't stop talking about his revived libido and the beneficial effects of bee pollen on set, making everyone uncomfortable as he bragged about his intimate experiences. The scandal rocked the tight-knit cast. When Landon's wife, Lynn No, discovered the affair, she confronted him and threw a bottle of vodka at his head. The affair made things awkward as hell for the cast, who knew and loved his family. Landon divorced Lynn, married Clerico in 1983, and lost several endorsement deals, including Kodak. He died on July the 1st of 1991 at the age of 54 from pancreatic cancer. The man who played the perfect father had shattered that image forever. Before we dive into more shocking revelations, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell, because what we're about to reveal about the cast feuds and disappearances will blow your mind. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happened to the actress who played Mary. Number 3. Melissa Sue Anderson, who portrayed Mary Ingalls, the mysterious disappearance. Then, Anderson earned an Emmy nomination in 1978 for her portrayal of Mary Ingalls, who loses her eyesight in Season 4.
You don't like watching a blind person eat, why don't you just get out?
She was the responsible older sister and the moral compass of the Ingalls family. Now, Anderson became the cast member who vanished. After Little House ended, she deliberately distanced herself from the show and her former co-stars. According to Allison Argrim's memoir, Melissa Gilbert warned about Anderson, saying, "Whatever you do, watch out for that Melissa Sue Anderson. She's very dangerous, she's evil, and I hate her." What's controversial? When Landon's affair with Cindy Clerico became public, Anderson refused to sit in Clerico's makeup chair in My Silent Show of Solidarity with Lynn Landon. Today, Anderson lives quietly, having appeared in various TV movies, but largely avoiding Little House reunions and keeping her current life private. Number 4. Allison Argrim, Nellie Oleson, from TV villain to fearless activist. Then, for 7 years, Argrim played the most hated character on television, the spoiled, manipulative Nellie Oleson who tormented sweet Laura Ingalls. Now, Argrim's transformation is remarkable. In 2004, she revealed on Larry King Live that she was an incest survivor, and in her 2010 memoir, Confessions of a Prairie Bitch, she publicly identified her then-teenage brother as her childhood abuser. She became an activist, fighting against child abuse, successfully lobbying to overturn California's incest exception law that gave family members probation rather than jail time for abusing children. The shocking twist? Her inspiration for activism came from the death of her friend Steve Tracy, who played Nellie's husband Percival on the show. Tracy died from AIDS complications in 1986, leading Argrim to become an AIDS awareness activist with ACT UP. Her one-woman show, Confessions of a Prairie Bitch, has become a worldwide phenomenon, performed in multiple countries. The actress who played TV's biggest brat became a real-life hero. Number 5. Karen Grassel, Carolyn Ma Ingalls, the public feud that shook Walnut Grove. Then, Grassel embodied the perfect pioneer mother, patient, loving, and endlessly supportive of her family through every hardship. Now, decades later, Grassel revealed the ugly truth about working with Michael Landon. In her 2021 memoir, Bright Lights and Prairie Dust, she accused Landon of making crude jokes and sexist remarks after she asked for a raise in the show's second season, claiming he would make disgusting jokes about women. The explosive revelation? Grassel described how her character slowly disappeared from storylines and her scenes were cut after their salary dispute, with Landon making fun of her figure and facial expressions while reviewing footage. Today at 82, Grassel celebrated the show's 50th anniversary with the cast in 2024, having apparently made peace with the past. Number 6. Dean Butler, Almanzo Wilder, the producer behind the scenes. Then, Butler portrayed Almanzo Wilder, who later married Laura Ingalls, joining the show as Laura's love interest. Butler, now 68, has taken a prominent role behind the camera as a producer, writer, and director. During the 2018 Winter Games, he was a producer for NBC Olympics and worked on David Farady's golf program on NBC Sports. His surprising success? In 2024, he produced the Little House on the Prairie 50th anniversary cast reunion event and released a memoir titled Prairie Man, My Little House, Life and Beyond. If you're loving these behind-the-scenes secrets, smash that like button and let me know in the comments which cast member story shocked you the most so far. And stick around, because we're about to get into some truly heartbreaking territory with what happened to the show's later stars. Number 7. Victor French, who portrayed Mr. Edwards, the tragic end of Landon's best friend. Then, Victor French played Isaiah Edwards, the gruff but lovable neighbor who became like family to the Ingalls. French continued working with Landon after Little House, reuniting with him on Highway to Heaven. The two men had developed a close friendship that extended beyond their professional relationship. The tragic reality? French died on June the 15th of 1989 at the age of 54, just 3 months after being diagnosed with lung cancer. His death came just 2 years before Landon's own cancer diagnosis. French's death was a preview of the cancer battle that would claim his best friend's life just 2 years later, making their on-screen friendship all the more poignant in retrospect. Number 8. Jonathan Gilbert, who played Willie Olson, the brother who disappeared. Then, Jonathan Gilbert, Melissa Gilbert's real-life adopted brother, played Willie Olson, Nellie's bratty younger brother who caused chaos in Walnut Grove. Now, Jonathan Gilbert represents the cast member who completely walked away from Hollywood. After Little House ended, he essentially vanished from the entertainment industry. Unlike other child stars who struggled with fame's aftermath, Gilbert made a clean break. The mystery? Gilbert's disappearance from public life is rarely discussed, even by his sister Melissa. He avoided reunions, interviews, and any connection to his Little House past. Jonathan chose complete anonymity. His current whereabouts and occupation remain largely unknown, making him the most mysterious member of the Little House family. Number 9. Shannon Doherty, who played Jenny Wilder, from prairie girl to tabloid queen to tragic end. Then, at age 11, Doherty won the recurring role of Jenny Wilder on Little House on the Prairie after impressing Michael Landon with her guest starring performance on his series, Father Murphy. Now, Doherty's post-Little House journey became a cautionary tale about child stardom. She became an icon as Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills 90210, one of the biggest hits of the early 1990s. But stories circulated about her being difficult on set, leading to feuds and her departure after 4 seasons. The heartbreaking end, Doherty was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in March of 2015 at the age of 43. In June of 2023, she announced the cancer had spread to her brain and was terminal. She died on July the 13th of 2024 at the age of 53, surrounded by loved ones and her dog Bowie after a 9-year battle with the disease. The little girl who followed in Laura's footsteps fought her final battle with courage, documenting her journey on podcast Let's Be Clear with Shannon Doherty. Number 10. Matthew Labberto, Albert Ingalls, the adopted son who walked away. Then, Matthew Labberto played Albert, the street-smart orphan adopted by the Ingalls family, bringing a different energy to the wholesome prairie setting. Now, like several of his co-stars, Labberto eventually stepped away from acting. At the 2024 50th anniversary reunion, Labberto revealed that Michael Landon gave him a chunk of wood from the final episode when the town was blown up as a keepsake. His surprising career change? Labberto transitioned from acting to voice work. Unlike other child stars who struggled with the transition, he made a conscious decision to pursue a different path. He remained out of the spotlight, avoiding the pitfalls that claimed other former child actors. 50 years later, the cast of Little House on the Prairie proves that real life is far more complex than any television script. Some embraced the spotlight and used it for good. Others fled from it entirely, and a few were consumed by it. But perhaps that's the most human story of all. That even America's most beloved TV family was made up of flawed, complex people just trying to figure out life like the rest of us. What do you think? Were you surprised by any of these revelations about the Little House cast? Drop a comment below with the story that shocked you the most. And if you want more deep dives into classic TV shows and what really happened behind the scenes, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Until next time, remember that sometimes the real story is more dramatic than anything that ever made it to air.